Hey everyone, Lensmanos and Chilled back for another Techopolis episode. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm alright. Yeah, getting by, getting by. You've been busy ripping out
Yeah,
smelteries, I
I'll
should
bring
say.
a few things.
Yeah, the smelteries aren't the greatest for automating, so you've gone to induction smelters, which makes more sense, to be honest, once you're at that tech level, I guess.
Well, I mean, you can make them fast enough that they just actually outpace or tripling.
I mean, this year we're making Electrum here, and most of them are pretty full. I'd
Yeah,
say
I
this is
shut
about to
most
stop.
of them off.
This one is making bronze, and we're very low on copper because we're using it for everything.
Hence why I turned all those off so we can actually get some materials going again.
Yeah, and we're also short of water apparently. Like you were just downstairs boosting our water production.
Mhm.
No, trying to get some more water because the
Ooh, almost.
tank's kind of empty.
Yep, I'm outputting quite a bit of water everywhere.
We're using it all sorts of places, so it's needed. Um, the the power generation over here doesn't use water, but the ones upstairs do.
These over here do. The thermo generators, they use a fair bit of water.
Oh yeah, those the yep. I know the ones you mean. Ones over the back of the base. You've
Yeah,
got
over
them
by the lava
downstairs now,
tank.
right?
The ones over by the lava tank, yeah.
Yep. So they um they use a bit of water. So we're going to need water probably for any better power generation. I mean, at the moment we're purging a fair bit of material through. Like we've got these lapidary dynamos over here producing. I don't know what do they produce.
I think
120 RF a
140,
tick.
120 each.
Yep.
And I'm bordering on being able to keep everything powered.
So these guys here are the ones sucking up all the water. Although I don't know if these are. I don't know. They're generating 55 a tick, so they're not as exciting in terms of power. I
Well,
mean, it
they're
might. Yeah,
also the most basic version of them too. I mean,
yeah. I mean, we could go. I mean, we'll tick a little into power now. I think that was where we left off last episode. Was starting to get into power. Chilled has set up the dielectric paste somewhere in the base
yes, it's over by the technium.
because it uses the same sort of setup.
Yeah, kind of. I just basically set up a single combiner to handle the paste real quick.
So is it just a request system too?
Yeah, this one actually you have to kind of order it up.
That's cool. It's fine by me. Doesn't hurt to have things on demand instead of just constantly produced.
Yeah, but with the Techium, it takes so much and so long that yeah, it's
Oh yeah, yeah.
kind of
Like
have to set it up.
there's reasons for doing there's reason for doing it this way, but then yeah,
Yeah, but
certain
not
things don't need it.
everything has to be, fully queued.
All right, so everything is now powered, so I can use the crafting table, which is nice. Wireless power is excellent. Let's get out of this screen. Let's go back to the power screen. So the dielectric paste, obviously chilled, as I said, has set up, so we can now claim that quest, and it wants us to make dielectric casings. It says casing for reactors. And this just uses iron and dielectric rods. Dielectric rods are iron bars and dielectric paste in two different forms. And it only wants one, but I'm assuming we need a lot more than that to make a reactor. Yeah, and I haven't done too much. I did have the power book open and I was having a look at the reactors. You need 36 reactor blocks. So,
Yeah, I've got some in there.
transfer storage. So, yeah, I've sort of having a little bit of a look in here, and the basic reactor is 100 FE a tick. So, that's like less than our lapidaries, pretty much. But it's a
Much less
quest.
fun.
It's a quest. It's a quest, right? Let's get a electric. Oh, you haven't actually set that one up, eh? Casing. Oh, you have. Can I
Yes.
just not spell? Oh, I can't spell. My bad. I did DIA instead of DIE. Okay, so that's crafting. I'm assuming the can't look at the status using the wireless terminal for some reason.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
It'll be generating the paste more than anything, making some blaze rods out of elite morbescents. Seared bricks, we should have tons of iron and zinc and coal and uranite. We've got a little bit of uranite now. 41.8k.
It might be the seared brick.
Yeah, there's 2,500 in the system.
Okay. For some reason, it's not outputting.
Interesting. So it's needed for the dielectric paste, I assume.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Yeah. Coal, blaze rod, zinc, infused crystalline,
Oh my
seared
goodness.
brick, and uranite. Have a look. Have a look. See. I'm assuming because the pattern's
We're
in here.
out of crystalline.
When aren't we out of crystalline? Is it just producing it?
Oh, it's. Hold on. It should.
We're out of crystalline.
Oh, we
Looking.
got 2,300 crystalline dust in the system.
Let me just order some. See what happens.
Yep, there it goes.
Yeah, I just ordered 100 of it. I don't
So
know if
I
that's
don't understand why it won't order it up and drop it in.
nothing's dropping in. It's
Yeah.
nice. I love it. Let's run upstairs. Check out what it's pretty much waiting on, mate. Unless it's just another recipe issue. It is scheduled to make blaze rods, so that could be a problem. Maybe the blaze rod recipe's wrong.
Very well could be.
Here. It's a normal one that needs to say using substitutions, right?
Could be.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have it on it. Neither does
Yep, that
the
would
ender
be.
pearl right next to it.
Yep. Definitely pop those two out and switch them over. Oops. My bad.
And pop it in here. Change it to a crafting pattern and then relearn it. With this one. That should solve the problem.
You probably have to stop the craft, restart the craft.
Neither here nor there. Cancel. Okay, cool. Let's try again.
Yeah. Reset.
I want one of these. Start. I don't know why. I don't know why I switched to the the wireless one to do that, but yeah, look, it's crafting. I don't know if you're downstairs and having a look at the machine.
I am heading that way, yes.
Yep, it's
Yes,
making it.
it is working.
Very nice. Yep, the joys of the amount of patterns that Chilled has gotten excited with here. I mean, like, there's always going to be a bug or two. That just happens. On a bulk make recipes, and yep. So you can see here that Chilled has made recipes for a lot of the Powah machines and stuff that we're about to get into, or that we're touching on anyway, the bits and pieces. So that's probably made.
Some
Yep,
of it, yes.
there we go. We have a dielectric casing. That was the quest. So dielectric casing, let's have a bit of a look in the book here, because I realise that I just tend to make the quest and then jump away to something else. Functional blocks, energizing. So this is the next thing we need. The energizing orb is a block used to energize items, require at least one energizing rod in range of 9x9 to work. Energizing speed depends on the amount of rods and the rod tier. Orb does not require energy, but the rods must be placed on cables or any forge energy block to work. So we need to make at least one of these energizing orbs and then a few of the rods.
You could, I mean, the more rods you make, the faster it does its thing. If you wanted
Oh,
to make two, or we can set up a little one real quick.
yeah, I may as well. You want me to just make
Automating,
starter or basics?
uh, whichever the quest calls
Whatever
for
the
it.
quest is, yeah. Let's start
Yeah,
with that.
exactly.
Starter. It wants starter ones. That's cool. Rod. Starter. I'll just get, no, 3. Needs some stuff. Needs a little bit of things. But again, auto crafting, right? It's making some dielectric paste. I probably should have left that in there and then we wouldn't have had to remake another one, but that's okay. Next. No, it's getting there. I think my my little table thing's probably made. One more lot of paste and doop, 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 done. All right, so I'll grab the three of them and the energizing orb. Cool. I'm going to need to use this in cuboid
Yeah.
soon, so I may as well take a.
Yeah, automating that little booger's a bit of a pain in the butt, but
I imagine it would be.
yeah, right here, right here. Just
There you go.
drop the
There's your orb, and
for
what the
now,
rods can be
and
up
the
here,
rod's
can they?
on the power. On the power.
Too far away.
Is it?
Don't know.
That's
Let's get a
steel.
bit of polished andesite and lift it up a little. You put it on there. How do you get your stuff back out?
Just right click.
Well, I think that's my pick. Oh, yeah, Leo, you can see the little lasers running.
Mm-hmm. So like I said,
That's
automating this so that it only puts in um the exact recipe for what it needs is a tricky one.
I imagine, yeah,
I'm
because
thinking it might end up being a what is it? Oh, the quest that we haven't been doing.
quests that we haven't been doing, the ultimate technium stuff. Oh, refined storage.
No, XNet. It
Oh,
might be an XNet thing.
is there XNet? I haven't
Mm-hmm.
even looked.
You made the controller.
Did, but yeah, that's happened in the past. Yeah, that might work. I mean, we could always muck around with this. So obviously, energized steel you've just created, and its recipe is 1 steel ingot, 1 gold ingot gives us 2 energized steel. It costs 10,000 forge energy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'm assuming that's it doesn't need. It's not used in the reactor, or is it?
No, but it's used in further down the line.
Okay, so do I make a little basic reactor? Because that's the quest. Needs
If you
need
want to.
oh, I only need one of them, but it needs 36 of these to make a reactor. So 36
There
reactor
should
blocks.
be just,
You got
20
32.
odd.
Got
32.
32 in there. Yep. So I just need another 4. Start. I think that was like almost instant.
Okay.
Made 7. Oh no, it made basic ones. Oh, I needed starter, didn't I? Not basic. You had quite a few basic ones in there.
Oh yeah, I'd forgotten I had set that up going. Oh well.
All right. We can. I mean, the quest is complete. We can make the basic reactor.
Yeah, might as well.
Where's my power book? So,
Should be just.
reactor.
I'm not sure how it sets it up, but here, if you
Right.
would, set that one the reactor up down here.
Build it. You'll need 36 reactor block in your hand and placing them in a 3x4. 3x4. Where do you want? Downstairs. Oh, hello. It's a
Yeah, yeah,
pattern
yeah.
that shows up when you're holding it down. Interesting.
I don't see it, but
Oop,
there you
okay.
go.
Just put one down and
Mm,
it builds it itself. That's a nifty little mechanic.
nice, isn't it?
Probably not exactly where you wanted it, but I don't know.
Close enough.
Right. So here's a basic reactor. Let's. What a GUI. That's impressive. I'm assuming it needs all sorts of stuff. There's carbon, redstone. So do we need to input redstone and coal as well? Have
Mm-hmm.
you built one of these before? It looks
Uh,
like it.
kind of.
Kind of.
I seem to remember doing it once or twice, but I can't really remember too much about it.
It shows fluid on the side too. Like.
Yeah, you will need a fluid exporter for water.
All right, I just turned the page. When generating energy, the reactor heats up, causing it to consume fuel faster and generating less forge energy a tick. So you need to cool it down using a coolant like water. You can also use a solid coolant like snow or ice for extra coldness. Solid coolant require liquid coolant to work. Keep the reactor buffer full of fuel for better production. So it needs coal, it needs redstone, it needs uranite in the middle, and then it needs water and potentially ice or snow, which will
Hence
use
why I was
water.
trying to buff. Hence why I was trying to buff our water situation.
Yeah. Carbon materials like coal, wood will improve the fuel efficiency and will add 180 degrees of heat. Redstone will speed up the production and fuel consumption and will add 120 degrees of heat. So you could probably do it without the carbon and without the coal and redstone, right? It'd just be slightly slower.
Yeah.
Reactor will stop when is full and start when has less than 70%. Oh, so you don't even need to automate stop start. I love it. Great idea. But I mean, I'm thinking of Cuboid where I could sit there and just have the
Mm,
generators around it and go, there you go. Once I get to
yeah.
Uranite, I have to get AE over here now.
Yes, I am.
Well, what's next? Apart from hooking this up, what's next? Next is finding my quest book, putting the stuff that I have in my inventory away. So that is the power quest line. Obviously, we making a reactor is going to help. This one itself, let's just see that we made the basic one, so it can hold 4 million FE and it generates 400 FE a tick, and can push out 50,000. So eventually we might like to get up to, say, hardened or blazing. Not sure what they all require. Let's have a look at reactor. So we made the basic ones, which just require a starter and then basic capacitors and uranite around it. The hardened one requires, or it's uraninite, sorry. I've been saying it wrong. Uraninite, there's an extra in it. My bad. It requires the basics and then some hardened capacitors, which requires the energized steel. So we would need to either produce a bunch of energized steel or go from it. Would hoppers work?
Hoppers would probably work.
An Enderman in our base. You, sir? No. 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 He's got me. I got the first one the other. Oh. Bested by an Enderman. Only because I was trying to do it with a beheading sword.
I have avenged you.
Thank you, sir. I'm only wearing iron armor too. Like you've got diamond armor on. I'm just like,
We have
you've
action.
you've probably made me a set somewhere. And
Diamond armor, not yet.
right,
You
so
haven't
we are
been around too
producing.
much.
We are
Yes.
producing, but not exporting. So let's see. We are running at generating 400 FE a tick, but it says we're generating 4.3 thousand a tick. So the extra bonuses, coal and the redstone, increase that. I take it. So that's 4,000 a tick at 500 degrees. Not bad. Not bad at all. A few more of these and then
Okay.
get rid of those coal gens. Leave it on auto mode and it'll do its thing. Sweet. No priority on the power gen, but there for backups. All right, so let's go round everything in the base. Head back upstairs. And yes, I know there's elevators, and I always use the stairs for some reason.
I do the
Well,
same.
I lost my quest book in that exchange.
Okay. I
Did
do
you
not
get an
have it.
extra quest book?
No, I do not.
Enderman stole my quest book. Well, I picked up my grave, and it obviously.
I always keybind mine so I don't have to carry the book.
I don't think I've keybound it yet. Not that it'll make it much difference. Where's that hole in the floor? I'm getting lost in our own base.
Did you find it?
No, I'm not.
Over here by the technium.
Imagine that the book
There
just
you
got
go.
voided somehow.
It must have because it's not in my inventory.
Let's keybind the book. Options. Maybe I did already. Quest. So search for quest. Open quests. I don't know. Full stop. That'll do. All right. Don't need the book anymore. Crisis averted. All right. So ultimate technium. We're going to need a couple of machines. We're going to need the chemical injection chamber, and we're going to need the PRC. So let me. Have we got elite control circuits and stuff? Auto crafting.
I believe so.
Let's see if I can set up some machines, or at least request the machines that you've already pre-set up. Oop. So what was it? It was a. Any downside to putting that to the full stop buttons? I need to take my hand off my mouse to get the full stop button. Anyway, chemical. You have a chemical injection chamber. I'll have one of them. Yeah. Let's just do at mechanism. You have taught at the PRC or
I'm not
oxidizer?
sure if
Chemical dissolution changer.
I can't remember what I put on in a pattern.
That's part of it. Let's claim that one.
I've tried to put everything on it because it's just so much easier, you know.
Pressurized reaction chamber. You have it set up in there. It's going to need all these materials. Some technium. Let's hit start and see how long it takes. Basic technium plate. It's been crafted. Basic control circuits are currently crafting. Yep, that's working. Quartz enriched iron's being crafted. Everything seems to be going through. Crafting some more quartz enriched iron. Assuming once this is done, it'll go brrr and disappear.
Yeah, usually does.
Doop, doop, doop. Done. One pressurized reaction chamber. Cool. So the reason those quests are there is we're going to need to make sulfur dust. So sulfur dust, got the chemical injection chamber, can be made from gunpowder in here, and then either salt or hydrogen chloride being injected into the bottom of it. Or in the pressurized reaction chamber, it is coal and oxygen. Gives us sulfur dust and an output of hydrogen. So it takes water and oxygen and produces hydrogen. So that's probably the... Either way is efficient. It's just whichever material you have on hand. So do we have more gunpowder or do we have more coal? Probably have more coal, right?
Probably have more coal because yeah, we'd have to craft the gunpowder from essence, I believe.
Yeah, 3 advanced essences give 1. Or unless we had niter, charcoal, and already had sulfur, we could make gunpowder, but what's the point of that? So, I think it'll be the PRC version. So we'll need to hook up water and oxygen, which I know you've got it in the tank, but do we have applied energistics connected to the oxygen tank? Can we push gases from...
No, not we can't push gases through AE. We'd have to run the condenserators
Okay, so
and
worst case, we just set this up out there near that
mhm,
setup, and then it can pull the oxygen from one tank and push the hydrogen in as the other, and then
mhm.
output the sulfur dust. All right, so let's
Yeah, I figured
take
most of that setup will be where I ripped out most of the uh
resume.
tinker stuff.
So I mean, technically, I could like plop this on top of here. Going to be janky for a second.
Hey, that's
When
fine.
aren't I? He says. When aren't I? So we could have the output to the left. You could push the output on the left and the input on the right, or I could turn the whole machine around either way. But we just get some of the pressurized tube. We can pull it from this oxygen and then output it to this tank. Output it to
Mhm.
that line maybe. So we just need some pressurized tube, and then we need an AE input for water, which we've got AE right underneath it.
Mhm.
Or do you want me to move it down here? It'd make more sense here, wouldn't it?
Oh, that's fine. However it lines up best for you.
He says, the one who built the base.
Hey, you did a heck of a job on the satisfactory, so I know you can do it.
I think it makes more sense to be here. As I said, even the other way around would make more sense. So we need oxygen in on... Works. Oxygen in on the left. Which one's... This is hydrogen? Yeah. Pull a rabbit out of my hat. So I'm going to need a few things. I'm going to need pipes, gas pipes. Okay, what are they called? They're called tubes, right?
Pressure tubes, yeah.
I'm going to need some applied energistics stuff. And I'm going to need a longer episode because we're pretty much at the wrapping up point. So I'm just going to try and get this whacked together. Cable. I'm going to need fluid export. You just happen to have one. I'm going to need... no, I won't need an... Oh. I do need an item export. One of them. Let's make 11. Cool. And I'm going to need an importer. Alright, so if I do... That's going to be an output. Find the right... Yep, there we go, that's an output. This is going to be an input. That'll actually work straight in. And then it needs water. If I do the fluid export under here, can I bucket from... No, I have to use the bucket, don't I? Can't bucket from JEI or anything.
No, not that I know of.
Okay, cable. And then we're going to want... I'm running out of faces. I do need to move it forward one. Unless I do an interface. No, that's still not going to work, is it? Oh, my bad. Bring it one more forward. I'll get it eventually, everyone. Yeah, you'll be proud of me. There. Because I need to export. I need to get to the back side as well. Right. Fluid export. Still be on the bottom. Right. Give me a moment. I know I am past wrapping up point, but I'll get this hooked up and I'll be right back. Alrighty. Yeah, I got that hooked up. It took me a bit and a bit of brain scratching from me. It's been a little while. But crafting cards and acceleration cards for blocks of coal, water injected in the bottom, and output of items at the front, oxygen in on the left, hydrogen out on the right. It's producing sulfur for us. I could have probably hooked it up to this line for oxygen, or this one, and it would produce better because it's coming from the tank. But at the moment, I'm just kind of using the oxygen coming out of the separator. Again, not the end of the earth. Could probably just literally do this. Let's get rid of this bit of tube. No, just going to break it manually. But yeah, this is the setup for making sulfur for us. Okay, you can come along here, like so, and have all the oxygen you require. Again, it's not super efficient, but it's doing the thing, and it's using 20 FE a tick. Lots. That's full upgrade too. But full energy upgrade, full power upgrades, speed and energy. I can't put the gas one in, which bummed me out a little, but that's okay. So we're producing sulfur. That is, I think I needed to pick the sulfur up to... I'm looking for my book again. I do need to pick sulfur up to claim the quest. Can I have some sulfur dust? There we go. Quest claimed. And that pushes us further towards ultimate technium. Because ultimate technium apparently needs sulfur somehow. Liquid sulfur dioxide. So we're going to have to make sulfur dioxide, which is a chemical oxidizer with the sulfur dust, making sulfur dioxide and then running it through a deconcentrating thingy thing, I think. But
If you
That's
want it to be transported by it's got to become a liquid.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess so. If we're going to need to push it into that, into one of those combiners,
You know,
we.
as long as mechanism's been around and had gases, I'm surprised they haven't coded in a gas.
I think there is an add-on for AE that allows gases to be moved. Um, yeah, it's an add-on mod. We just don't have it in this pack. Anyway, wrapping up point. Thanks everyone for watching. I actually built something in here for once instead of just claiming quests. So, and Chill will move it later, I'm sure. He'll go nope, leaving it just on principle.
Not necessarily, unless it gets in the way.
Like all the smelters got in the way.
Or it
Gone.
needs a massive upgrade, you know, I mean.
Well, I mean, depends. I suppose it's probably will if we're going to need it for the technium. Depends how much it needs, right?
Oh, yeah.
But sulfur is being produced. We probably don't have a drawer for that, so it'll be going somewhere that it doesn't need to be. So probably need to pop a drawer
Probably
in at
just
some
into a
point.
system.
And we'll work it out. Anyway, until next time, thanks everyone for watching. Comments down below. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Now I know how to make a Powah reactor. I'll definitely be... Well, I kind of don't need it in my other series. Powah's Powah. But yeah, cool. Until next time, thanks for watching. And
Everybody have a good one.
bye now.